Now, here's your host, Dana Barrett.
It is December, my people. It is December. How did that happen? Can I just also, first of all, say it's 60 degrees? It's 60 degrees, and it's December. You know what?
Welcome to Georgia.
Yeah, but that is new. Welcome to global warming. I'm just going to put that out there. Danica, I didn't even double check on your last name. This is 2 days in a row I've done this now. Is it?
Kombol.
All right, just like it's spelled.
Easy.
Danica Kombol,
Easy.
joining us this morning, CEO of Everywhere Agency. So nice to have you here. I feel like we're already old friends, which I think is probably why I didn't ask you.
And our names are similar.
Yeah.
Dana, Danica.
It's like we're related.
Yeah.
It's like we're sisters.
We might be.
Yeah.
From another mother.
There you go. Bam. Yeah, because you have that gorgeous red hair. I'm jealous of that. Danica Kombol again joining us. She's the CEO of Everywhere Agency. We're going to get into some tips a little bit later on social media for the holidays, how not to screw up, which is really should be your number one goal.
Or how not to overindulge.
Okay, also fair. That's just a good life lesson.
Yes.
I think you could probably apply that all year long.
Yes. To social media and eggnog.
And life. Yeah. Just settle down, everybody. It's December. I can't even believe it's December. You know what else I can't believe? I cannot believe that every single day I have not one, not two, but like 4 or 5 stories around sexual harassment every day. And it's not like I'm repeating the same stories.
And the door is just going to keep opening wider and wider.
Yeah.
We just moved into the food industry.
Yeah.
And that door is going to come busting wide open.
Yeah. One of the chefs I was mentioning yesterday has already gotten called out. I'm sure there's more. I can't even keep up, honestly, with all of the accusations and not to mention, like, so we're going to get into this a little bit, but not only the accusations, but also the stupid responses, because we're getting some of those too. I think the first one to do it was one of the designers. I forget which one it was. Donna Karen, I think, was the first one that was like, oh, well, it's the girls' fault. They shouldn't have dressed sexy. She's a designer who's putting like naked girls on the runway, but don't dress sexy.
Right.
What? And then she apologized because obviously dumb. Here's what not to do on social media. Like, don't go out there and give some, half-baked cockamamie statement when you haven't thought through the repercussions, right?
Yeah, I mean, Matt Lauer's wife yesterday came out. His ex-wife
Right.
came out seriously in defense of him.
I know. What are you thinking, lady? Just shush.
Yeah.
Shush. You know what I mean? Like, zip it. This falls under the number one rule for the show. Don't be stupid.
See, the only thing, I'm a little different. I have no problem with someone coming out and defending someone that they know who they believe to probably be innocent. However, when you come out and do it, you can't come out and say, there's no way he did
And
this.
then he's like, yeah, I did it. Sorry.
Right, exactly. So if you come out and say, listen, I don't believe that he's the kind of person to do this, but to have that asterisk attached somewhere. You
Look,
can come out in
I
defense,
think
but...
that if you feel like you have to say something in defense of one of these guys, I think the answer is, listen, I did not personally experience that behavior from this person. All of what I experienced from this person was, good and positive. And he was a good father, or he was, always fair and to me and always treated me with respect, or those kind of things. That's fine. But to just discount the people who are making the accusations essentially as liars, because that's what you're saying. If you're saying there's no way he did this, you're saying everyone who's come out is a liar.
Well, how about the canned response now for the perps, so to speak?
Right.
They're all saying kind of the same thing. I'm deeply sorry if my actions hurt somebody in some way.
Right.
Dude, you brought your member out and you stuck it in somebody's face.
Yeah, that hurt them in a very specific way.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. There seems to be 2 responses right now. Nick, you're like, I want to weigh in on that. There seems to be 2 responses. There's the I didn't do it response, and there's the I'm deeply ashamed and sorry response. And, one of the reasons Representative John Conyers is, I think, taking a lot of heat is he has not acknowledged. He did admit to, a settlement in one case, but has basically said that the rest of it is not true. He's not, admitting anything. He's 88 years old now, and also in the hospital right now for stress. Stress related. You think he's stressed? I guess so. Maybe you should have thought of that before you started harassing people. Now, though, as far as Representative Conyers is concerned, everybody basically on all sides of the political aisles and the political game are asking for him to step down now, including Nancy Pelosi, who at first was a little bit hesitant. She has now come out strongly and said no tolerance means no tolerance. He has to go. Al Franken, there are definitely people calling for him to step down as well, but a lot of people, myself included, saying you cannot compare what Al Franken has done to what some of these other guys have done. Now, what Al Franken do? Was that bad?
Okay,
Sure.
I'm going to come out seriously in defense of Al Franken.
Okay.
I worked at Saturday Night Live for years.
Oh, okay.
I knew Al Franken. Now, with everybody, nobody knows what goes on behind closed doors. But what we know about Al is it was an act of comedy.
Yeah.
It was clearly an act of comedy.
Well, I think, look, certainly the case with the initial accuser that did that with him, that showed the photo. First of all, it doesn't even look like he's actually touching her in the photo. It looks like his hands are sort of in front of her chest. But regardless, I agree with you in that scenario. The other scenarios he's been accused of have been more like the photo op with his hand being in the wrong place. Now there's been a new accusation.
Come on.
I know. The new accusation yesterday was that he put his hand on someone's chest. And the picture, though, the picture's there, and his hand is not on her chest. It's high up on her side. I feel like that one, she claims that she moved before the picture was taken to move his hand. But I still think even if he intentionally put his hand on somebody's bottom in a photo, this chest one, like I'm not denying that she felt that way.
So are we saying Al Franken decided to run for office so he could cop a feel? I mean, the guy already had an amazing career as a comedian. I don't think that's how he was going about it.
Right. And there is this discussion about I don't think that he should be certainly grabbing people's butts, let's be honest. But at the same time, that is not the same as locking the door behind somebody and forcing them to have sex or firing them. That is a very different allegation.
And let's be real, Dana, if you are a public figure, you know that you're constantly in those photo op moments and you kind of have to position yourself. And we've all been in those photo op moments where where do I put my hand? Awkward position.
Yeah.
So two people say in a photo op moment.
Yeah, I'm just not as concerned. He is now officially being investigated by the ethics committee in the Senate. And I think that that's fine. He agreed to that, and that should happen. I agree that should happen, but I don't necessarily think it's influencing his work. I don't think it's influencing how he's voting. I don't think it's influencing how he's making decisions, in the Senate. And I don't think it's affecting his staffers, because you don't have staffers complaining. These are random women who he's taken photographs with over the years at rallies and such.
It's nothing.
So it doesn't seem to be something that should impact his work. And we'll see what the ethics committee says, but I do think there are categories here and they are not the same. I do got to throw out a couple others that I read yesterday, because I keep saying it's not even the same couple of stories. The lists just keep growing and growing. There is a very, very famous playwright and mentor, if you know that world. His name is Israel Horovitz. He has now been accused of sexual misconduct by 9 different women, many of them teenagers when the occurrences happened, some as young as, I think, 14, 16, those kind of ages. So, ew.
Ooh, and truth about that story is that story originally came out in Phoenix newspaper in Boston in 1992, but we as
Everyone just
population,
ignores.
we just weren't ready for that.
Yeah.
He's also the father of one of the Beastie Boys.
Yes.
And the son himself says, I have no doubt.
You're talking about Russell Simmons, right? Oh,
No.
Oh, you're right. You're talking about Horovitz, because
Horovitz,
Russell
his
Simmons
son.
also in trouble.
Yeah.
And
Russell
he's the brother of Run DMC, Russell
Right.
Simmons. I'm getting confused.
Beastie Boys, yeah.
With all the
totally
music.
different.
This
Totally
is
different
I
music
just have to say,
streams.
You're right.
How overall ridiculous is that? You're like, wait, which politician, which band member, which popular?
music?
Wait. Let's just do
So
this.
let's be clear.
Which famous people have not been condemned?
Right. Yet. Which famous people have not been accused yet?
Oh.
Because there you go. You're totally right. Father of the one of the guys in the Beastie Boys. Russell Simmons also stepping down from all the companies that he's involved with. Very, very well-known sort of producer, musician, all of that. So
There's a whole lot of guys out there quaking in their boots right now.
Right. They're maybe keeping it zipped up today. Also, let me just throw out there, speaking of inappropriate reactions, Geraldo Rivera stepping in it over the last day, having to apologize after saying that sexual harassment claims, quote, criminalize courtship, and that the media is a, quote, flirty business, unquote.
Flirting is entirely different than what most of these claims have been.
Yeah.
Flirting is, hey, you look really nice today. That's not harassment. Grabbing your butt, that's harassment. That's not flirting. That's weird.
I mean, listen, I have done theater. I have been in a flirty environment. The hotel business is a flirty business. I've worked in that business, and that there is a big difference between sort of being comfortable with people and casual with people and being inappropriate with people.
Right. And there's something hugely different between, sir, here's your script, and a flirtatious advance. But ultimately, every one of these women who've come out were in a workplace environment. They were trying to establish themselves. And next thing they know, they're called in the boss's office and a tongue is thrust down their throat.
Yeah, that's way, way, way over the line. So once again, another full day of sexual harassment stories. We could almost do nothing else if we wanted. We could just... But you know what? We are going to do something else. Why? Because we have the lovely Danica Kombol in the house.
Let's go high.
Let's go high. She's the CEO of Everywhere Agency. We're going to talk about social media over the holidays and learn a little bit more about her right after this. Don't go away.
Follow Dana on Facebook and Twitter. Details at biz1190.com.
Oh, how my soul praise